Put your hair up underneath your wig. Alright, so I'm going to come on here today and I wanted to show you guys something that I've been asked about a lot, and that's how do I put my hair up underneath my wig. I have very, very short hair, so unfortunately I just pretend to have long glamorous hair, and I do not have long glamorous hair in real life. So it's hard for me to really show you guys on myself how to put your hair up underneath your wig, especially with long hair, so that you can still get your wig on and it doesn't look lumpy and bumpy. And so what I've done is I have a friend of mine here, Maria, she's going to go ahead and allow me to use her hair to go ahead and show you guys what you would do if you have long hair and you want to throw on a wig. So I'm going to go ahead and show you step by step what I would do. I used to do this when I had long hair before I cut all my hair off, so I know this works, and you can kind of do this no matter how long your hair is. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like with just a regular wig, and then I'm also going to show you that you can do this with a short wig as well, and we're still going to have the hair hidden and it's not going to look crazy weird. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys step by step how to do this. It's really easy. All you're gonna need for this is you're gonna need a brush, because you're gonna wanna brush through the hair. You're also gonna wanna be parting the hair, because we are going to be doing 2 braids. And then you're gonna want some type of rubber band or those little tiny hair elastics, something like that, because we're going to essentially be connecting them in the front, and you're gonna almost have what looks like a braided crown around your head. And I know that sounds crazy, but it works really well without adding like any crazy extra little lumps and bumps where you do like some people like to do a bun and things like that. It just starts to look a little weird and makes the wig look a little bit more wiggy. So we're just gonna show you how to do that in a more natural way. You can leave your part however it is. If you naturally part your hair on the side, that's fine. Again, no one is gonna see this. This is literally gonna be underneath a wig, so you don't have to like make this perfect. We're just gonna want to make sure this is tight enough that it's not gonna come undone underneath the hair, but it doesn't have to be insanely tight at all. Again, this is a messy braid is what I would call it, because you're not gonna be seeing this. And we're just gonna braid this down as far as we possibly can. And then I'm just gonna take my little hair tie, I'm gonna close this one off just so I don't lose it while I'm doing the other one. All right, so once we have this braided, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be taking this hair and we're literally gonna be bringing this all the way around like this to the top of her hair. Actually, because her hair is so long, we're gonna do a crisscross situation instead. So when your hair is this long, if you have mid-length hair, which like comes a little bit below your shoulder, you would just bring the hair up like this and come here and attach them. But as you can see, we have way too much hair still. So the 2 options you have is either coming and wrapping it all the way around and bobby pinning it, but it's gonna add a little bit more fluff up top, which we don't really want, especially towards the hairline, because it can make the lace lift. So instead what we're gonna do is we're gonna take her hair and we're gonna come behind and do a crisscross. That way when we bring this forward, it's the correct amount of hair for us to attach it directly in front. So I'm gonna do that with both sides. And you're essentially making what looks like a crown. You just wanna make sure you have those braids nice and tight so you don't have any crazy bumps back here, but we don't. And then we're gonna take the same hair tie that we have attached, and we're literally going to attach these 2 braids together. And you want to do this so that it's not braided right here where you're attaching it. So right here and right here, I have a nice flat surface, and that's really what's gonna help keep this flat on your head. So now we have this crazy unicorn horn, which obviously we don't want. And you're gonna make like, take your finger and go in here and make like a cubby for it, if that makes sense. And you're going to flip it and tuck it in. So now that hair is lying flat right here and you don't have a bunch of bulk. You can spread it out if it seems like it's a little poofy, but you can work with it underneath her because it's literally just under this top layer of hair. And then it makes this nice straight thing. You can pull the ears out if you have that braid wrapped around your ear, just because if you're wanting to pull your wig up or anything like that, you don't want a big braid on your ear. And then you have this nice flat situation here. You do have a little bit of hair back here, but it's nothing crazy. It's not like a big bun or a big bulk. And this back area right here tends to be the spot where most people have a little dip in the back of their head. So this can kind of sit in that space and keep it nice and smooth. Now the next thing you're gonna wanna do, especially with longer hair, I recommend using a wig cap. You can use a wig grip. There's nothing wrong with that. If you prefer these, that's absolutely fine. It just adds a little bit more bulk, and I always try to add the least amount of bulk possible because you really just don't want that lace to be lifting up because it's gonna look more wiggy. So I'm gonna stick with a wig cap for this. If you have issues with your wig cap sliding, you can always spray them down to your head and that kind of eliminates that problem, which is why most people tend to wear wig grips versus wig caps. And like, I have a weirdly shaped head, and if I don't spray my cap down, it comes right off, but I just spray it with some Got2b glued spray and it doesn't go anywhere. This is a nice little update I have going on here. And then you just want to tuck all this hair in. Obviously, if you are using a wig that is similar to your natural hair color and you're going to want to pull some of the natural hair out, you can definitely do that. But our goal here, since we're going to be throwing a blonde wig on, is to kind of hide as much of that hair as possible. And as you can see, if you look around the hair, you're not going to see a whole bunch of like bulk and poofiness. It's going to be pretty nice and flat. You have a little bit like right here, like I said, but this is normally typically where you have a little bit of an indent, so it kind of just rests in there perfectly. So then we're going to throw this wig on. So we're going to throw a longer wig on, and Maria picked out the wigs because she wanted to try out some different colors. All right, so with bangs. So the other thing too with longer hair when you're putting it up is you really want to make sure you're paying attention to the size of the wig cap. So I wouldn't get a petite wig cap, even if your head measures smaller, if you're going to be putting a bunch of hair like this up. So a good trick is to do this to your hair and then take your measuring tape and then measure the circumference of your head, because that's going to give you a truer description, like accurate size of the kind of cap you need, because you're adding extra bulk, so you're essentially making your head bigger than it is. So you want to make sure that you're getting a wig where you're going to be able to fit all that hair in there, and that's going to give you like a really true, accurate measurement of this type of wig that you're going to want to buy. In our wig, and I just want to show you, if you come around, I know we don't ever look at the back of our wigs, but I just want to show you back here, it doesn't look lumpy and bumpy. It looks like a normal wig head here. We don't have like a giant poof up top here. It's nice and smooth. You don't have like, some people put a big bun here, or they use like the wig caps that have the opening, and you can tend to get like a little lumpy and bumpy, and it just looks a little bit more wig-like. This way really just, I feel like, makes it look smooth, like the shape of your head, like it should be. And then you would pull the hair forward like so, and you're good to go. And that's it. So super easy. That's how you would do it. The biggest thing with a short wig, which I'll throw a short wig on her really quick too, is you just really want to make sure you have that back hair tucked really well. So like here, if you look in the back, we have her tucked pretty well, but like again, it's covering her neck, so you can't see it a whole lot. With a shorter wig, you're gonna be able to see this here, so you just wanna make sure this is cleaned up a little bit more, and we really have that wig cap pulled all the way down and tucked all the way down into her hair. But otherwise, it looks pretty good. All right, so I went ahead and we had some fun and threw on another wig, a little bit of a shorter style. And again, like I said, here you're not pulling the hair in the back forward, so you don't have to worry as much about your hair back here, but you do want to make sure that you have it nice and tucked in this back area, just in case you pull it forward. But again, here you're not worrying as much about that back spot, but it just makes it, again, nice, smooth, doesn't look crazy on your head at all. So that's pretty much it. It's super easy. It's not like a crazy, insane hack. It's really just making sure you're braiding it. And like I said, if your hair is super long, do that crisscross in the back instead of bringing it all the way around. Or if you want, you can bring it all the way around. And like I said, you're just gonna need some bobby pins to pin it down. But I just find that those can be kind of irritating and kind of stab me a little bit and things like that throughout the day. So this is really just an easy way to do this with the least amount of hardware underneath your wig as possible. I hope this was helpful. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notifications on all the videos that I do in the future. And if you found some value in this video, I'd really appreciate a like. And I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you on the next video.